Well, hello. Good morning. So I looks like I'm a minute early. I'm also my camera's not I'm so out of sorts when I'm in here. I thought it would be easier to uh what's up, Dan? Fall Creek, good morning. I thought it would be easier to create the thumbnail and the get the stream set up from my card room because I was shipping this morning before I came in here to go live. But from YouTube, for whatever reason, once you create the stream, if your camera's not plugged in, it won't allow you to switch it. So I'm on the computer cam and not my webcam. So I don't know. I think this has happened before. So that's why I don't know. It's weird. I feel I feel out of sorts. I'm getting in kind of a routine though, being out here in the card room. And I've figured ways to make it a little more efficient for my work process. Anyway, Jenny, good morning. It's a mow day Monday. I need to mow, but it's very wet still. We got a lot of rain over the weekend. It's let's see. Can you see? Look at the windows. I don't know if you can see, but the windows are like basically wet from the humidity, not like the rain, but the rain created the humidity. So it's very humid, very wet. So maybe I'll get to mow. I need to mow. Will Frank mow? We'll see. But it does need to be a mow day Monday. 4.5 inches in Eau Claire this weekend. Holy cow. I'm not sure how much we got. I'm sure we didn't get that much rain, but we did get a good steady rainfall throughout the weekend. Diego, what is up? Good to see you. David, good morning. Zach and Porter in the house. By the way, they just released their second video from the Madison Card Show, featuring some awesome stuff that they did an in-person trade with Victor, who's here. Good morning, Victor. Some cool stuff. I love the what did I make? I made a comment about something. Sometimes when I watch, I make comments just like as I'm watching. Oh, the Harold Baines rookie. That's another one of my favorite 80s cards. Am I a closeted White Sox fan? Because I have all of these like White Sox cards that are on the top of my favorite cards list. The 86 Topps Traded Bobby Bonilla, one of my all-time favorite cards. But that Harold Baines 81 Topps is just iconic. Terry, what is up? Good morning. Paige and Deanie Bean, good morning to you. Happy Monday. Fall Creek says we need a Frank update. Did you do a wellness check? No. Have I seen Frank? I've been inside, so I haven't. He could be out moseying around, but I haven't seen him. Check on Frank, especially if he hasn't put out his rain gauge. And I don't know. I haven't looked in the backyard. He could be in Branson. Let's see. The Baines rookie. Fall Creek is in the Eau Claire area. Let's see. Dan has relatives in Eau Claire. Haven't been there for years. Herman, what is up? Hopefully, Herman, are you going to be on tonight? Hopefully, you'll be on. I'll be on with Herman tomorrow night, Hobby Hotline. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Let's see. Zach says the 86 Bobby Bo is in our video as well. I did see that. The Topps Traded, those 80s, those mid 80s Topps Traded sets are, I love them. And I think the reason I love them is because they're not as, and I think you mentioned this in the video, they're just not as common as, we see the 85 Topps base set, we see the 86 base set, but we don't see the tradeds that often, singles. So when I come across those, it's like, oh, sweet. Victor says, yes, my friends say the same thing. Closeted Sox fan. I do collect some White Sox players. Jenny asks, on your bulk, do you do like $10 a 5,000 count box, or is that overpriced? I need to move a pallet of bulk. My pricing is essentially like 10 cards for a penny, basically. Is a tenth of a penny per card is kind of my going rate when I sell. I think I don't have my phone or calculator on me, but I think that's kind of basically it's roughly 200,000 cards for $500, $400. Earlier this year, I was only getting like 250. So the bulk market has gone up. Maybe they're seeing those Goodwill pallet videos and like, ooh, if I buy a truckload, I'll find a Trout rookie. Let's see. Herman or Dan says Herman better be on tonight. Herman's getting a little excited. I found 2 card shows with an hour of me in the next couple months. Very nice. John, what is up? Good morning to you. Herman is planning on going live tonight, so check that out on 3B Collections channel. Zach says, I get it. Just picked up the 88 gray score traded. Love that card. You know, I've shared that story. The story of my memories of the 88 score traded card was a friend of mine growing up as kids. He was a diehard Mark Grace fan, like big Mark Grace collector. And I remember he'd saved up like all summer long to buy from an older kid in our neighborhood in 88 score. And I remember going with him to this kid's house to buy the 88 score. And I can't remember. It was a lot, like, especially for a 8-year-old, because this was probably 1990 or 91. It was definitely the height of Mark Grace in the hobby. And Mark Grace was, huge in the hobby back in the, for a couple of years. 89 to probably 89 and 90 were the height of Mark Grace in the hobby. And I think that booked in Beckett for like $24 at one point. And that might have been how much he paid for it. He might have paid like close to the peak comps or peak price guide value of that 88 score Grace. Jenny says, Owen, buy envelopes in bulk. If you find them, they are running out everywhere. Literally none at Walmart, none at Target, none at Costco. It's getting rough. I think I may be on my last box of 500 envelopes. When I went to pick up paper at Costco a couple weeks ago, they were out of envelopes. But Costco is kind of weird. Like, it's not like, I don't know if they're actually out or if they were just, usually they have, like, at least my Costco always, well, not always, because they didn't last time I went, but almost always has envelopes year round. It's not like a seasonal thing. So next time I go, and I'm probably halfway through my last box, so I probably should make a run in the next day or two to check on that. Let's see. Herman asks, what's going on with Fall Creek? I'm not sure what is going on with Fall Creek. Let's see. Where are we at? Zach and Porter says, I'll admit, and I killed my dad. We had just moved to Wisconsin, and I caught the Cubs hype train on that 89 team. I switched to Mitch the Wild Thing Williams. Nice. Jerome Walton, Dwight Smith lasted a year. The 89 Cubs, love it. Cooter's going to catch up later. Enjoy your coffee. I hope your coffee pot's fixed. Let's see. Zach says, I have a Walton 8x10 auto addressed to me. That's awesome. Mark Hoyle, good morning. So I was talking about how much rain we get. So I often talk about how I don't pay attention to the weather. And especially now that I work from home and I just, the temperature stays the same year round in the house. So I can just wear whatever. And, but if I'm going outside, and usually it's like a hoodie, like I'm wearing a polo right now, but by the time 10 o'clock rolls around, I'll get cold and have to throw a hoodie on. So yesterday it's like, and I felt, and this is why I wore jeans today. This is why I like to wear jeans even on like a weekend if I'm not working. Now that I work from home and work for myself, you always work when you're working for yourself. But I wore all day Sunday. Like a lazy Sunday, but it was anything but lazy. I wore sweatpants and a hoodie yesterday. And I felt, and I even told my, it was like 6 o'clock last night. And I'm still in my office uploading cards to eBay. And I listed about 500 cards on eBay yesterday. And I shipped about 100. So it was anything but lazy, but I felt lazy. It's like, I don't feel like I've done anything all day long, but I've done this, this, and this. It's because I was wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. It just made me feel lazy. Maybe because that's my lazy uniform. I don't know. Anyway, I went to take the dog for a walk, and it was Saturday was like, it wasn't warm Saturday, but it wasn't like cool. It was comfortable on Saturday, the weather. And I don't know if I overheard, maybe it's probably on the radio at some point, like, oh, it's going to get, it's going to cool off or whatever. So it had been raining in the morning yesterday. It was cloudy and it just looked like, oh man, it's fall. Like, and I talked yesterday, it's like, man, it's like the end of summer. It's fall. It's getting cool. I'm going to take the dog for a walk. I don't need to change. I'll just wear sweatpants and a hoodie. That was a bad idea. As soon as I open the garage door, take the dog out. Now here, and you're going to say, well, you're a dumbass. So so as soon as the garage door, and the garage door is still pretty cool from like the overnight temperatures. And I open the garage door and it hit me. And I see somebody in the chat. Victor says Sunday was muggy. Oh my God, it was muggy. And it like hit me like a wall. And I'm wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. I'm like, this is not a good idea. Right then and there, I could have turned around, gone upstairs, threw some shorts on, put a t-shirt on. My dog doesn't like that. When we go for a walk, when that leash is on, it's on. We're pooping, we're peeing, we're sniffing, we're having a good time. That dog does not want to come back in the house after it's been teased that we're going for a walk. So for the dog's sanity, I'm like, okay, I'll suck it up. Let's go. And we get like 2 blocks in. I'm like, oh my God, it's flipping hot. So we did about 2 blocks less than normal. And I got home and it's like, oh, like I'm like my hair was like soaking wet. Yes, I did that. That was my own fault. I didn't check the weather before I went outside. And then B, I could have turned around. Like as soon as I opened that garage door and that wave of muggy, hot, humid, 2 blocks in, I'm like, it is like unbearable in sweatpants and a hoodie. Well, no crap. It's August 28th. It's still summer. It's 82 degrees and 90% humidity. Don't wear sweatpants and a hoodie, you dumbass. So, let's see, where are we at? John says some dingus at the gym wearing a ski cap in August. He's also wearing a Cubs shirt. Figures. I saw somebody wearing it wasn't a skull. It was like a stocking hat this summer. Can't remember where it was at. And I'm like, that's just weird. Like I get it. It was like above his ears. It was like a stock. He was wearing it like a fashion statement. Like I get it in like January. If you wear it above your ears, like, okay, because it gets annoying. Like if you're inside, if you're wearing a stocking cap because it's cold outside and you go inside, it's like, well, you take your hat off. Where do you put it? Your hair's a mess. You just leave it on and it's going to bother your ears. So you just put it up. I get it in January, but in July, it's dumb. Why do people wear stocking hats in July? I don't get it. Is it a fashion statement? Is that cool now? I don't know. Max says, I'm the exact same with the weather. Only time I look is when it's raining already and need to do something outside. Yep. And that was yesterday morning. I'm like, oh, it's raining. I guess I'm not going to mow today. It's at the point, we're at the end of August. Now I don't want to mow. In June, like I will lawn battle Frank. We will lawn battle. He's going to mow. I'm going to mow. I'm going to wait 2 days. So his lawn's going to look crappy for 2 days. Now it's like, I don't give a crap anymore. Frank can mow 3 days a week. I don't care. It's almost September. It's Labor Day. We're 1 week away, I guess. Next Monday is Labor Day. Let's see where we at. Paige and Deanie Bean says it was a pocket dial type incident. Sorry about that. Not intentional. I don't know what that means. Morning. What's up, card hobbyist? Mark Hoyle says I'll have shorts on till November. Shorts every day since April. I definitely wear shorts a lot more than when I worked in the office. When I worked in the office, in fact, before COVID, I never wore shorts to the office. I was raised in the sense that you wear pants, dress pants to the office, a nice pair of jeans on Friday. I kind of came off that stance a little bit into my time, and I would wear nice jeans. And it's like, office dress codes are so stupid. Okay, and here's why. So the office that I worked for, the company I worked for, we had this dress code, and you had to wear khakis and either a button down or a polo. Okay, so we had guys come in like frayed khakis, they baggy, they looked like they picked them up off the floor, like untucked polo, like looked like garbage. Looked like, what are you doing? And yet we couldn't wear like a nice pair of designer jeans and a tucked in shirt. Looks way more professional than the slob with baggy frayed khakis and an untucked polo. And it's like, this is stupid. Why office dress codes? So don't get me started. So anyway, COVID hit. We're all working from home, and most of it, like half the office. And COVID like killed my desire to wear pants. So then when I went back to the office briefly, so after COVID working from home, I went back and I worked in the office for, I don't know, 3-4 months before I, left and started the business. At that point, it was summer, so I was wearing shorts every day. Like the first time I'd ever wore shorts in an office setting. So COVID killed the dress code. And by that time, I think it was maybe right before COVID, like our office was like super lax on, there was basically no more dress code. And I think that might have started before COVID, but then after COVID, it was like, wear whatever the hell you want. And the thing is, we didn't work in a setting. My office, this is why it's even more dumb. The office I worked in, we didn't have there was what, 18 of us in the office. It was the same 18 people every single day. We didn't have people come in and visit. When we did, and we did, I should say never. When we did have people come to visit, it was usually announced like, hey, this client is coming in, dress appropriately, or the executives are coming, dress nice. But on a day-to-day, we weren't in the office 365 days a year, but say 365 days, 350 of those 365 days, it was just us in the office. Wear whatever the hell you want. Let's see. Jenny says, yesterday I started a 10% off sale on all cards, $2 and up, and it has created great success. Going to run it till Wednesday. Have you thought about doing something like that? The sale, the next sale that I do, and I've been teasing this for a while, I'll do a 50% off sale. I'm still having like enough sale, like my sales are like below par. Like my sales are slow. My views are way off. Like my impressions way up. I've added over 2,000 cards in the last week, and my impressions are down like 20%. It's just insane. But my sales are still coming in. My sales are down, but the sales are still coming in. I have 143 items to ship right now, and I shipped quite a bit this morning already. So I'm not, and that's the thing with like, I'm only going to do the 50% off sale when I was going to do it once a month, but it's to the point where it's like, you know what, as long as sales are coming in, even though they're lower than I would like, I'm not going to do any big sales. My sales over the last 30 days down 7%, which when you look at my impressions are down 20%. and my page views are down 4%. So all in all, when you look at that funnel, I'm not too disappointed with 7% decrease in sales. We'll see. Hopefully that's not like a trend that continues. So we'll see. But my impressions a couple weeks ago, I had 24 million impressions in a 30-day period just a couple weeks ago, and I'm right now my 30-day impression total is 18.1 million, down from a high of 24 million, with about 2 or 3,000 less listings on those 24 million impressions. Let's see. Andrew, what is up? Good morning. Mark Hoyle says, Jenny and Bo, got to get your store loaded with field hockey and badminton, right? I don't have enough field hockey cards. Well, maybe that got the hat on because they in chemo, you haters. Sorry, just giving you a hard time, but could be. Let's see. Those badminton, I got to get on that. John wears capris and a V-neck. Card Hobbyist says, I bet you look fabulous in capris. I thought Paige and Deanie Bean had a vendetta against Fall Creek. What's up, Zach? Good morning to you. Jenny says, COVID killed my desire to wear pants. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says, good morning. Let's get some soccer cards in the eBay store. Let's see. Andrew says, how are the Bowman U football cards selling? I have not really listed many football cards, Bowman U cards. That's going to change today. I'm gonna list. So week 0 of the college football season was this past Saturday. Not much to write home about. You had Northwestern and Nebraska, Wyoming versus Illinois, Florida State and Duquesne. So not much. Big games, not big games, but the big programs play this week, week 1. So I am preparing for week 1 of the college football season. I will be listing today some Bowman U singles. I'm still holding off. I did list, I listed a Sam Howell refractor. That was it. I did sell the Kenny Pickett refractor I sold for $20. It sold like instantly. I've got a pink refractor, and it looks like those sales are in the $20 range, 20 to 30. So I'll list some Kenny Pickett cards, and then I'm going to save the hits. I'm going to save the pink refractors, the refractors and the autos that I've pulled so far. I'm going to save those until performance and, just try to catch a big game, because I feel if Kenny Pickett, if his refractors are selling in the $20 to $30 range, I think that's a good sign, especially for guys like, Bryce Young, Brian Robinson, who else? CJ Stroud, some of those guys. So these singles, and then I've got another stack even bigger. I'm going to list the paper singles and inserts today. So we'll see. I do have a handful of singles, and I sold one yesterday. So I'm going to take Low Roller's advice. Since I did sell a card yesterday, I'm going to list more of that. So that's why I'm listing Bowman U football today, because I did sell one for like $1.75. So that's good. And I've listed a few, like they've trickled in, which is what I expected. I don't expect any changes in any jumps in sales for Bowman U football until we actually get the season underway, which will be this coming Saturday. Let's see. Andrew went to the Illinois-Wyoming game. Very cool. That's actually probably the only game I wanted to watch, but it was a 3 o'clock kickoff, 3 o'clock kickoff. So by the time I got home, and I just, didn't really feel like turning it on. Andrew wants to find a nice collection to buy. Let's see. Jenny has some soccer cards. Victor bought a ton of soccer cards on Saturday. John says back to school shopping, tuition, post vacation. It's an expensive time of year for discretionary income. This is, it is, but in the hobby, in my sales going back 7 years, this is not normal. My July has always outpaced August in baseball card sales on eBay in the last 7 years. I think there was 1 year where August may have outpaced July just by a little bit. And I haven't looked at my numbers to see where I'm tracking this month, but it's definitely going to be down from July, which in 7 years of data from eBay, that's only happened once, and it was like neck and neck. And it's going to be a little further away, July to August this year. Terry just bought 2 boxes of 500 count envelopes at Sam's Club. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says soccer interest will start to ramp up as we get closer to the World Cup game. I'm one of those every 4-year soccer fans. I will have my soccer quarter boxes this Sunday at the Janesville Card Show. So if anybody's in the area, shop my soccer boxes. You might find something because I don't know anything about soccer. So I may have some hidden gems, which I'm going to talk about bargain box hidden gems. I'm going to talk about taking losses in the dollar box because nobody brags about taking losses. You show the Bob Greasy and Joe Namaths that I did on Saturday. Hey, look what I found in the dollar box. But you don't show the whiffs, the strikeouts. But I am today. Let's see. Jenny's asking if the World Cup is this winter. Georgia versus Oregon this weekend. Go Dogs. Oh, that's a big game. That is a big game. Jenny will be rowing the boat for college football. Go Gophers. Let's see. World Cup is in late November. Zach saw a Bowman football blaster on Saturday at Target in store, was close to buying it. Hey, it's a fun rip for $20. It's a fun rip. You get what? Usually you get 5 hits. There's 7 packs of, is it 4 cards? I've got a box right there. 7 packs per box of 4 exclusive pink refractors. And then usually you get a 5th hit. A 5th hit. Refractor auto. Yeah, that's it. Another refract, like a regular chrome refractor, which is typical, or that could be the autograph spot. But I love it for $20. I looked this morning because I made that bold statement a few months ago that Bowman U blaster boxes on the secondary market will be selling for more than Prism football blaster boxes. And then I have to, like, I shouldn't have came out and said that because Bowman U blaster boxes retail for $20 and retail on Prism football was, I think, $30. So it's a little unfair. But the lowest on eBay for Bowman U blaster boxes was like $25, that's kind of been where it's been. I think those numbers will rise here once we get college football season going. Prism blasters, I think, are basically like $35. I think I saw one as low as $35. So if you go by percentages, Bowman U is ahead, but just, straight dollars. Prism still up on Bowman U. Let's see. John says, I just confirmed the point. August is expensive. People are buying baseball cards. Terry says, I had a FedEx driver open and steal a Topps Redemption Bobby Witt Jr. autograph card Saturday in full view of my Ring camera. Holy crap. That's insane. That is insane. I'd love to see that video. That would go viral on YouTube. Well, at least in the hobby world, it would go viral. That's insane. What else did I want to touch on? I thought there was one other thing I wanted to talk about before I talked about the dollar boxes, but I guess not. So I want to talk about the dollar boxes and epic failure on my part because I didn't. These are not sorted in any way that I wanted to show off. So at least I got to find what I wanted to. Oh, that's a good card to show off. Bear with me. I don't know if that. A lot of these I haven't checked to see what they sell for. So those are the bad ones. Those are the Madison Card Show cards. This is what you get if you're new to the channel. Bo unprepared. Okay. So I wanted to show off Cubs wins and losses. Okay, and I'll show that. Ooh, more Cubs. Found some good Cubs in the dollar boxes this weekend. I think those are wins. More Cubs. Let's see. DJ Scorpio in the house. He's never seen my balls before. Check out my balls. World Cup is a blip. Best players don't play in America. If you aren't on board already, then I don't see a huge increase. Let's see. John says, why would a driver wait to get to your house to steal a card? That is a good question. Let's see. Epic failures in my middle name when it comes to cards. Just kidding. Let's see. Ooh, that was a good one. Ooh, that's a win. Let's see. Yeah, I would love to see that. That's like an episode of World's Dumbest Criminals. Let's see. More Cubs. Tops and FedEx are already on the case. FedEx already have my videos. That's good. That's just insane. How many signed balls do you have? So behind me is 240. And then I've got probably another 300 in storage tubs. That was a big win. So I have probably over 500 total. And I do, when I move to the new house, I will buy probably, I got to check the wall space. But I'd like to add a couple more cases to the wall. Just so I can get some other, ooh, that's a nice card. Just so I can get some more on the wall. Okay, so I think I've gone through. And let's show off the Cubs first. We'll show off Cubs wins, and then we'll highlight my losses. Did I get them signed personally or purchased? A little bit of both. Most of them are signed in person. I do want to do a ball wall video at some point. Most of them are signed in person. I did a run. I was big into TTM. I've had a couple stints where I was big into TTM, and I probably got like 24 through the mail. I was working on a 1982 Cubs autographed ball team set, like on different ball, like a player on each. And I got a lot of those guys through the mail. That there's a lot of players on that team that signed. Couple on eBay. But yeah, most of them through minor league games, Cubs convention, and spring training. So here are some Cubs. Let's just since we're talking autographs, and I've bought some at card shows, like the National or the Chicago Sports Spectacular. I guess I only pulled $1 auto. This was it's marked $2, but it was in a dollar box. Andrew Kashner. I think this came out of Kyle Brown's dollar boxes at the very end of the show. This is actually numbered out of 249. Andrew Kashner, who is most notable in Cubs lore as being the guy traded away for Anthony Rizzo. Kashner was traded to the Padres for Anthony Rizzo. Here's a Nico Horner, numbered to 499. These were all dollar cards. All dollar cards. Here's a Dylan Cease blue. This is not numbered. I thought blues were numbered to 150, so this must be some different type of refractor. Here's Brendan Little. Brendan Little has one of the nicest autographs that I've seen. It's very Andre Dawson-esque, Brendan Little's autograph. It resembles just the time he takes, and it's very nice, easy to read. Brendan Little. That's numbered to 200. He was a first-round pick a few years ago. Ted Abernathy, this is one of the buybacks. 69 tops buyback. This was from the 50th anniversary, the foil stamp. For $1, all frickin' day long. Here's a Michael Rucker numbered to 150. This was a gift. Nick, who I shopped his dollar boxes, gifted me this Nico Horner batting helmet card, which is new to the collection. Oh, speaking of, and as I was going through these on Saturday after the show, I'm like, man, I would love to come home after, especially after the Madison card show. I just love to hang out and look at the cards I bought. And it's like, I would love to get to a point where I'm organized enough to sit down when I get home from the show, pull out these Cubs that I bought at the show, and enter them into Trading Card Database. I made the first step to doing that. I wiped my inventory clean on Trading Card Database. And you're like, why did you do that? And I only had a few thousand cards listed. But the reason I did that was because I don't know where they're at. Like, my Cubs are not organized. And so the ones that are listed on Trading Card Database could be all over the place. So once I do get organized and start listing them, I could be double listing. So it's like, I'm just going to start from scratch and delete everything and then and now I will get organized. So I want to make some time to, and maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I need to make that time today. Bo, make that time today, 4 o'clock. Remember I said that like 2 weeks ago. I'm going to make a schedule. 4 o'clock is Cubs time. 4 o'clock. I'm going to do that. 4 o'clock today. 4 o'clock today. Jenny, send me a reminder. She's good with that. And it was her idea to set the schedule. So send me a reminder. It's 4 o'clock. It's Cubs time. Enter those Cubs cards on Trading Card Database. So I'll do that today. More Cubs. Christian Hernandez, Mojo Refractor. What's cool about this card is my friend Rich is the photographer that took this photo. Rich Biesterfeld lives down in Arizona. Met him at spring training a couple years ago. Awesome guy. And I've said this before, like, it's we met by the end of the week. I was there for a week and I hung out at the backfields watching minor league practice, every morning. And by the end of the week, I felt like we'd been friends for 30 years. And so it was great to meet up with him again this year at spring training. And he had mentioned, he's like, yeah, Topps bought a couple of photographs off me for Christian Hernandez. So this was the first one. And he's also taken Jordan Wicks. There's I think it's Onyx is his photo. So that's cool. DJ Wilson, this is a like orange shimmer, first Bowman Chrome. He's no longer in the Cubs system. That is not serial numbered. Here's another orange shimmer. And I believe this is new to my Dylan Cease collection, which I will have to, I've got to battle Zach and Porter and climb that Dylan Cease leaderboard. Although now that he's with the White Sox, I don't buy as many Dylan Cease cards. Here's another blue, not serial numbered. Oh, it is numbered to 250 or 150. Numbered to 150. It's on the front of the card. Thomas Hatch. He was traded away. Here's a couple Charcer Burks, a purple and green. These are shimmers. The purple, I believe, is 250. No, 655. It's weird. And the green is numbered to 99. I saw this in Kyle's box. I didn't know this card existed. Rated prospect, Alexander Canario. He's a masher, and he's been climbing the Cubs prospect rankings. Here's a Rob Zzdrizny, rookie numbered to 150. I met Rob Zzdrizny when he was with the Kane County Cougars. This would have been probably in like 2012. And I said, Rob, I have to ask. And he goes, how to pronounce my last name? And I said, yes. So he goes, it's actually pretty simple. Just Zzdrizny. Let's see. These are cool. I like these cards. This is an Albert Almora rookie, and I don't know if this is what they call like reverse negative, maybe. But these are cool. Let's see. Let's see. Now that I'm in Javi land, let's show off. I pulled 3 Javis that are all serial numbered from Panini. This is a Prism numbered to 99. I have no idea what this parallel is called. It might be donut circles. I don't know. Panini has way too many parallels. Here's another circles. This is numbered to 149. So Dylan Cease and Javi Baez, I would say, are my two like favorite PCs within my Cubs PC. Here's another serial number, Instant Impact. This is numbered to 199 for Javi. Here we've got a vintage stock. These are numbered to 99, John Lester. This is 12 of 99. We've got another circles, Kyle Hendricks, numbered to 99. So these are the type of cards that I buy out of the dollar boxes for Cubs. If it's base rookies, I pass. This is Wilson Contreras, numbered to 199, but I look for serial numbers and like mainly serial numbers or autographs. This is Rafael Palmeiro, and you're like, but he's not in the Cubs uniform. Here's, and this is numbered to 99. I just make my own rules when it comes to what counts as a Cubs card within the 1 Million Cubs project. I count this because Rafael Palmeiro was drafted by the Cubs, came up with the Cubs, and played with the Cubs. Same with Joe Carter. Even though he didn't like make a name for himself with the Cubs, Joe Carter was drafted by the Cubs, came up with the Cubs, did not play for the Chicago Cubs, but was traded. And he made it to AAA. Joe Carter did. So that's why I count Joe Carter. That's why this Mississippi State Rafi Palmeiro counts as a Cubs card. And Jenny says, does it say Cubs on the back or Chicago? It might. Actually, it might. No, it does not. There is no reference to anything Major League Baseball on the back. It just talks about his college career. So, but I count it anyway. This is Alex Lang, a die cut, number to 49. You stole Porter's line. I didn't know this card existed. Here's another Wilson Contreras circles, number to 199. Victor's going to reach out to Zach about trading card database. Here's a Prism Silver Brizzo. Oh man, I miss those guys. Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo. I agree, John. I do like some of them, but there's like 45 parallels, and I don't like that because I have to look, and there's like 3 different shades of red. It's like, is this the red onyx? Is this the red, white, and blue? Is this the red? Is this the magenta? It's too much. Here's an orange John Lester. This is numbered to 299. So those were my Cubs cards that I pulled out of the dollar boxes this weekend. Orange Ice. Let's see. Let's catch up before I get into my wins. Okay. So, Mark's with us. Mark Marinello. Good morning. 82 Cubs. Nice. Sounds like my 74 Mets Topps team set project. Only need the Seaver. Mariano Rivera has a nice auto as well. George still needs a Dawson auto for the Hall of Fame auto collection. Let's see. Dawson will TTM for $10. Yep, it's goes to his charity. Let's see. Love those blue cards. What's everyone's favorite parallel? That's a tough one for me. I love the black refractors, but I also love the gold refractors. Black and gold are probably my 2 favorites. Let's see. Fall Creek says Panini, their parallels kind of turned me off to football and basketball. I think I heard Select has 150 variants. That's insane. Panini cards are a train wreck. Let's see. George says, yep, he is reasonable TTMer, but it's just easier for me to eventually buy one in Korea. Zach says Panini is the current version of Sportflix in some cases. So here are some wins. And you always see like, oh, hey, look, and I'm guilty. Like, hey, look what I pulled out of the dollar box. It's a $50 card or a $40 card or a Ronald Acuna super short print. But rarely do I like post my losses. So I'm going to show off some of the good cards I got. And I think the football that are in the thumbnail, I already listed on eBay. They're in my eBay store, which the link is in my description to this video. So check that out. So these cards are all unlisted that I'm going to show. But I pulled John's favorite Wander Franco, pulled these out of the dollar box. And I don't know what these comp for, but I know I can probably sell these for $3 on eBay, which gives me a slim profit margin. But hey, that's what my store is built on. A Shohei Ohtani. Now, this is a rookie debut, and I'm going to talk about how rookie cards are not created equal. This is an example, but it's still an Ohtani rookie, and I don't know what this comp's at, but it's definitely going to be a profit out of the dollar box. When I come across 60s cards, I always look at the back. I have no idea where high numbers begin, but Dick Egan is card number 539, and that sounded high enough. I don't think it's part of like the high numbers, but I think are they called semi-high numbers? This card still sells for roughly $10. I took a chance. This is where I took a chance and I came out ahead. If this was a low number card or just, a regular common, I'd probably put this in my store for $1.50 and lose 50 cents on this purchase. I took a gamble and it paid off. Hopefully. We'll see. It hasn't paid off yet, but it should pay off. Again, another one I haven't comped, but it's MJ Melendez. I know he was a hot prospect at the beginning of the season. This is a refractor numbered to 150. This is with a name like MJ Melendez and a serial number refractor numbered out of 150. It's guaranteed to make a profit out of the dollar box. Whether that profit's $1 or 10, we will soon find out. This was my biggest win. This card I pulled out, and people ask, well, how do you pull a super short? How do you know that's a super short print, or how do you know that's a short print? And the answer is you just do. When you sell, like I sell in volume. Bowman is like my thing. I love Bowman. I've opened enough Bowman to where I haven't seen this card. And when I haven't seen a card, I assume it's a short print. So it's Marcelo Meyer. It's not a first Bowman, but to me, I think this could be a short print or like an image variation. And it is. And then when I was going through some more, I found like the base version. It's like, yes, that's what the base Marcelo Meyer looks like. So this is indeed a short print or an image variation. This is one of those cases where I took a gamble, and this will pay off handsomely. I did look at comps, and this sells for anywhere between like $75, $90. So a good dollar box win on this image variation Marcelo Meyer. And that's, there's not an easy way to say, how do you know? Because sometimes it's Topps opening day. Okay, I've never seen this card before. It's Ronald Acuna, and it's got a rookie gold cup on it. For 25 cents, I'm taking the chance. So that's what my advice would be. If you don't know, just buy it. You might lose $1, or if you buy what I show you next, $7. It might be a loss. But it's better than going home, looking it up after not buying it, and realizing that was a $50 card and I could have had it for $1, and the opportunity cost. So this was probably the biggest win when it comes to resale. So those were the wins. Now let's talk about the losses. And I shared, even though that Ohtani is a rookie debut, not all rookie cards are created equal. Shohei Ohtani, it's a rookie debut. It's still going to sell because he's a freaking MVP. Yordan Alvarez has had a good season so far, and there were a ton of Yordan Alvarez rookie cards. However, these are the Topps Update rookie debut cards. Wah, wah. Not all rookie cards are created equal. I'm like, hey, Yordan Alvarez, I can probably sell these $3 to $4. Pay $1 each for them. So I bought 7 of them, $7. And, I'm like, I could probably make $1 profit on each of these. That is not correct. The rookie debuts only sell for about $1.50 on eBay, which is about a 50-cent net profit with zero cost of goods sold. So the net there is 50 cents, but I've got $1 in cost of goods. So this is going to be a net loss of 50 cents per card. So, but, sometimes you take a chance and, I'll lose $4, $3-4 on this. But sometimes you take a chance, you lose $3-4. Sometimes you take a chance, you make 75. So that's what I always say. And sometimes it's like, wah, wah. And I know it sounds silly to say, well, why would you do that? Well, that's not a big loss. Why are you hyping that loss? But when you take into account, like, okay, I've got, the cash in hand, and I always think about it from big level overview. If I'm doing this over and over, if this isn't 7 cards, but it's 700 cards, multiply that out, and it's big losses. Plus there's time involved. Now, I'm going to list this on eBay for $2. I'll probably try $2 and take $1.50. And then, take the loss, and it, it's very minimal, the time that it's going to take me a minute to list, pack and ship that card, maybe a minute and a half. But it's still going to be a loss. So, unless he goes on a tear and hits 20 home runs in the next month and a half, and these double in price from $1.50 to $3, and I make that minimal margin. So those were my losses. There might be some more losses in there because I took a chance on some stuff. Some other like Alex Verdugo. This is a blue shimmer. It's just a regular. This might only be $1.50 card. Dane Dunning. Now this is numbered to 150, and it's a first Bowman Chrome. I think he just made his MLB debut. Dylan Carlson. I pulled a bunch of his. These are the sky blue refractors. Not first Bowmans, but their color. So we'll see. So those are. This is probably another one. I think these only sell for like $2.50. So this is a minimal margin. Should be a victory, but Jordan Montgomery's pitched lights out lately since he was traded from the Yankees to the Cardinals. So we'll see how that plays out. Abraham in the house. What is up? Good morning. Lauren and I had a great time at the Madison Card Show. That is great to hear. Good to see you. Sorry I didn't get a chance to chat. I don't think we did outside of the on the live stream. Let's see. John says, I admit to getting thoroughly confused with the hits. I cannot tell the difference in most. Mini Black Diamond confuses me. Fall Creek says, is there a base version of that same Meyer image? Never seen that. Yes. So the base card of the Meyer is like an inaction shot. Let's see. John says, did they do Pearl Jam Wrigley cards? Yes. They did Pearl Jam Wrigley cards, all 3 concerts, 2013, which those sell for a significant amount. 2016, which were in the 91 Topps design. I think the 2013 set was just a random design, like a custom design. 2016, the show was in the 91 Topps design, and Eddie Vedder's actually in a Cubs uniform, which it's a freaking awesome card. And then 2018 was in the 1990 NBA Hoops design. And I'm sure John knows why. Why would the 1990 Topps why would Pearl Jam use the 1990 NBA Hoops design on a card? Mookie Blaylock. Pearl Jam's original name, Mookie Blaylock. Mookie Blaylock was a rookie in 1990. And what number was Mookie Blaylock in the NBA? Number 10, which is an album name of Pearl Jam, their first album, 10, which came out in 1991, the 2016 Wrigley design on 91 Topps. So, my favorite's by far the 91 Topps because it's a baseball design. And I don't think there might be a couple of the band members in Cubs uniforms on the 2018. I have, I think, one unopened pack of Pearl Jam from 18. They like overproduced. 2013 were pretty rare. 2016, I think it was just enough, and I was able to move those. I made a lot of profit selling concert merch on the secondary market in 2016. 2018, not so much, because they produced the wazoo out of it. So yeah. Let's see. And they also made sets at Fenway and then Seattle in those years also. John, I do not know your Pearl Jam story. You have never shared that Pearl Jam story. You said you will share it sometime. So I do want to hear the Pearl Jam story. Fernando, what is up? Good morning to you. Victor, the rookie card specialist. Great point on the rookies. So true. Not all rookie cards are created equal. Many get stung by misinformed eBay listings too. Let's see. John says, do they issue update series every time they change drummers? No, they did put who was it? They put, it wasn't a short print, but one of their sets was 64 cards. So each band member had 10 cards. There were 3 stickers, and then like their manager or something got a card. Jenny says, is anyone listing up college football on eBay this week? Today, I'll be listing these and more. I'll probably be listing, I don't know if that's 100, but a few hundred. I'll be listing a few hundred Bowman U singles, the paper singles. I'm holding on to the refractors until the season actually starts, but the base isn't going to fluctuate in price. There may be some jumps based on performance, but not too much where the refractors could take more leaps and bounds. So that's my strategy for the Bowman U singles this week. How long did 1,000 cards take to list with Card Dealer Pro? And are you looking to use that now long term? Definitely long term. I do have the subscription now. It took me longer than I would like, because there's still some kinks that Card Dealer Pro has with pulling like team name. I would like the team name in the title. So I'm doing that manually. And then the AI is just not, no AI is perfect. But it will improve over time. And I actually did a batch. I listed about 400 or 500 cards yesterday. There was one batch of 100 that had perfect results. All 100 cards listed were accurate within the AI, but then mostly it's 70% accuracy. I was actually pretty shocked. I'm like, this, every single card is what it is. So I have been, and I thought, like, what if I just say screw it and only check for accuracy and don't manually type in team names and baseball card and all that? And I think that would do a disservice. I just don't think it's going to collect as many views if I disregarded team name or throwing in baseball card or football card, because I think that helps. Even though my views are down, I think that definitely helps by search. So, because I know when I'm looking for Cubs cards, I always search somebody's store by Cubs. If I find a tobacco card I want, it's like, well, I'm going to see what else they have, and I'll type in either Chicago or Cubs into the search bar. I'm not going to search for like individual players. So I think I'm going to have to stick, but that's me. And I know some people will come to my store and they're like, I want a Matt Chapman card. And they're like, oh, he's got a discount. I wonder what other Matt Chapman cards he has. So I need to think of it from more of a, like, not just because I search by team name doesn't mean everybody searches by team name. But I've got to figure out, like, the time, is it worth the time saved to ignore the team name? And hopefully they get that fixed here. When I talked to them last week, they said in the next few weeks, they'll have that update. I would think it would be a quick fix because they're just pulling, title, is in this field, this field, this field. So we'll see. But I guess, and I didn't ask the answer the first question. How long did 1,000 cards take to list? Probably 3 to 4 hours. And a lot of that time, and I will say a lot of that 3 to 4 hours, is processing time. I would say a third of that probably an hour. So say it took me 3 to 4 hours to list 1,000 cards. I bet 1 hour is processing time to where I'm multitasking and either sorting the next batch or, like I said, getting a glass of water, feeding the dog, shipping, come down and ship a couple items, scanning the next batch. So, you can use that time to multitask. So in terms of okay, say it took me 3 hours to list 1,000 cards and 30 minutes was processing time, 45 minutes was processing time. It really only took 2 hours and 15 minutes of work because the computer in the background was working for 45 minutes. And that was time for me to ship or scan or sort. Terry listed my Bowman U base and pink chromes this weekend, sold one of each so far. Nice. Let's see. And I think those sales will start to pick up as we get closer and closer to this coming weekend with the first real week of college football. David says, don't forget you are on Hobby Hotline tomorrow. I did mention that earlier. Herman's on with me tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central. Kyle recently bought a Dale Jr. card from you on eBay. Do you find much for NASCAR cards in dollar boxes? NASCAR seems undervalued. To be honest, no. Let's see. I guess my answer would be no. And if I did, I wouldn't even look at it. The Dale Jr. I'm trying to think where, and I know exactly which card you bought. And that might have come out of a Goodwill pallet. Because I don't think sometimes I will, if I find a card like that, Dale Jr., if I find that in a dollar, that could have came from a 50-cent box too, out of a card shop. The only time I would not actively, but the only time I would find something like that is if it was mixed in with if it was a mixed box of all sports. Because like with the dollar boxes I looked at this weekend, there would be like a row of soccer and I just completely ignored it. So if I see soccer, I'm just not going to look because I don't know how to identify what's a hit in soccer or in NASCAR or in hockey. And really to an extent, basketball and football. Like I can go through baseball boxes all day and find big winners. But when it comes to football and basketball, it's kind of, I'm picking the low hanging fruits, a 1970 Topps Bob Greasy. I know that's a good buy for $1 and it was in good shape. 72 Topps Johnny Unitas. I know that's a good buy. I pulled some Mac Jones, but they're like Score and Panini Chronicles. And I know those are like the redheaded stepchild of football cards, but it's like, it's Mac Jones. It could be a $4 card if he throws 5 touchdowns in a game. Otherwise it's probably a $2 card, $2.50, low margin. But when it comes to some of the image if there are image variations in basketball and football, I'm sure there are. I don't know what to look for. By the way, there are image variations in Bowman U football. And I looked and I'm like, I've ripped enough where it's like, I should probably be aware of what an image variation looks like so it doesn't get listed for $1.50 on eBay. So there are, and they're really hard to pull. So they're pretty rare. So that's what I had for today. Hey, my battery is still going strong, an hour and 5 minutes in. How about that? Jenny says, list those Kellen Mond cards. Kyle adds, totally understand going to send the Dale Jr. to SGC. It's currently a pop 0. Whoa. Was very happy to add it to my collection for $6. And I was very happy to get it out of my collection for $6. So that's a win-win. Let me know how it goes with SGC and what it comes back. That's very cool. Victor says, I listed a 75 Bob Greasy yesterday. Nice condition out of a dollar box. I love it. Those are the low hanging fruits. And here's the thing about the 370s football cards I pulled. They all came out of the baseball boxes. They were just like randomly like Bowman, 1972 tops, Johnny Unitas. Like, hey, I'll take it. Baseball, Bob Greasy, 1970 tops. Love it. So those, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but sometimes it's worth the risk. I'm not going to sit and some people like will get their phone out and check comps. And like, if it's $1, 50 cents, 25 cents, I'm just going to take the gamble. I could have I could have looked at my phone and saw the Yordan Alvarez was a $1.50 card. And it's like, okay, skip the Yordan Alvarez Topps rookie debuts because it's going to be a loss at $1. But if I sell them all, I'll lose $3 at current prices. Win some, you lose some. So I just wanted to share some of the losses and what I look for, and kind of my strategy. So hit the like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stick around. I will be back on tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. I don't know. What should we talk about tomorrow? Speaking of tomorrow, I'll be on Hobby Hotline tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central. Herman is on. Who else is on with us tomorrow? I believe Val possibly. Let me go. If I can go into, I wish you could have a pinned tweet within direct messaging. So I don't know. But I know Herman's on tomorrow and I'm on tomorrow and 2 other people will be on tomorrow. Hobby Hotline, 8 p.m. Central. Check it out on YouTube. Tonight, Herman will be on his channel, 3B Collection. So check that out, 7 p.m. Central on 3B Collections channel. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great Monday, and we'll talk tomorrow.